Now, may I invite Dr. Abdur he is uh, graduate from the University of Medina. He has memorized the Quran, full Quran by heart, and he did his PhD in Islamic finance from National University of Malaysia, UKM, and now he is working with a finance company based in Malaysia as a business analyst. So he's a young researcher. I welcome this scholar to share his thoughts with us. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum
And
salam.
good afternoon, all of you. And I'm glad to be here today and discuss about the one paper. As the last presenter, I'm not going to talk too much about the Islamic finance, whatever the things, but I'm focused on the Sharia governance framework, which is structured Sharia framework for the governing the Islamic financial institutions. Now we go for the slide directly here. The strategy, challenges, and solution in Islamic finance, unpacking the role and impact of the Bank Negara's Malaysia Sharia Advisory Council. Can you see the slides, Prof?
Yeah, we can see. We can see. Please be brief so that we can spend time in answering question session. That will be better.
Okay, actually, I don't know why I'm not moving. Okay, actually, I'm focused because then nowadays I don't know why you don't moving this one. Nice.
Can you not go to the next slide? Can you not?
Right. Okay. Just focus the research issue. Nowadays, many Muslim countries and many Muslim, even the non-Muslim countries, actually are establishing and focusing the Islamic financial product and services countries. And what I have found that Sharia governance is a big, crucial role played in the Islamic finance industry. So I have, in this study, I have explored how they developed the Central Sharia Supervisory Council at the Central Bank of Malaysia. Because what I have found that from the 1996, they start to develop until 2009, they structured and standardized, and they have and well known over the world for their Sharia governance standard. So I have explored this governing what do you call this one, the structure framework of Malaysia. So many researchers conducted to identify the solution for resolving the above mentioned issues, but limited suggestions were I found. So the purpose of this study, the main objective of the study is that ultimately the supportive organization structure is needed. So I have analyzed all of the sectors in what you call the central bank, also the acts of Central Bank Act, Financial Service Act, and Islamic Financial Service Act. And all these standards and Sharia framework actually are rooted from main two acts, which is the Central Act 2009 and the Financial Service Act. And the research method, I'm not going to talk because I have did in qualitative and quantitative, both in the research methodology. And what I have found that Sharia Bank has standardized specific clauses, guidelines, and principles to resolve the dispute related to Islamic banking transaction. And also I have found that standardized the rules plays a vital role for ensuring the compliance, the Islamic financial product and services within the Islamic financial industry. And also applied some strategic policy approach. So, some of the main, I have found that from there, selecting the Sharia advisory team member, because who is actually capable to give the solution, to give the judgment for any dispute resolution in Islamic finance, and also the task distribution among the member, and also they have also standardization of the regulatory issues. And finally, also the legal proceedings on the structured dispute resolution techniques and others. Many others they have made. So this is actually I have found from this study, and I propose actually to the other nations. Those are for the newcomer to the Islamic finance. Can we take the such example, Malaysian central bank as a Sharia advisory council, which is the instrument I have found that. Thank you very much for your attention. Assalamu alaikum.
So, I mean, if you kindly highlight in few words, what are the main challenges in Islamic finance in Malaysia, and the role of the advisory committee, advisory council?
Well, actually, the main challenging, actually, what I have found from the Sharia governance and especially Sharia Advisory Council, because most madhabic issue, because Islamic finance actually are running under the conventional finance. So day to day, they actually having some problems, and even the
Okay.
The Sharia Council member are very difficult, very hard to give the judgment instantly. So this is the kind of challenges. That's why they revise and they make the standard resolution day by day.
Would you please tell us about the composition of that advisory council? Do you think that all of the members of the council are Islamic experts, or
Well, exactly. Prof, yeah. When I have seen here, the Sharia member are expert. We also 6 to 9 members should be in the Sharia Advisory Council, and must be all the members are be expert, or maybe we have the academic qualification in Sharia. At the same time, we have also conventional. So we are combined in both for
so there is
the
a mixture of conventional experts and Islamic experts in the council, is it?
yeah. So, but Islamic finance, Sharia member must be Sharia scholar, Islamic fiqh,
Hmm.
Islamic must be. They have 3 to 6 members should be in the
So what
council.
is the challenge? What is the key challenge you are trying to focus on from Malaysian perspective?
Malaysian perspective, actually, focusing the
Your
challenges
paper
of
is
the.
on strategic challenges, right? So what is the
Yeah.
main challenge?
I mean, the main challenge is actually the dispute resolution, because they have the many problems when they raise to the central bank, Sharia supervisor, but they cannot be solved. So this is the one of the challenges, and therefore they actually revise and make the new guidelines, resolution for that particular issue.
So
So
Malaysia made Islamic what is called arbitration rules.
yeah.
Don't they help?
Yeah, actually, this is the alternative, because they have established 2000, if I remember, 2009, they established the Islamic financial dispute resolution. But
Hmm.
even though, they give the option to the, if they cannot solve, they go for the arbitration.
What is the other option?
Other option, actually, I have like this one, the paper, the last 4 months back. Actually, because of the this one, I have to see from
Hmm.
here. The guide I have right, because almost 35 pages of this paper. In details, I put all the how they performs and how they do.
Right. Right.
So here
Thank
they
you
have
so
put.
much. Thank you. The session is open for.
Dr. Rahman, can I just ask you a basic question? As you're talking about Malaysian, sort of Islamic banking system and the role of the advisory council and all that, fair enough. I understand what's going on. But Islamic law is not a monolithic legal system. There are 4 different kind of Sunni, schools, Maliki, Shafi, Hanbali, and Hanafi, the 4 schools, right? Now,
Yes, yes.
which school predominantly the Malaysian sort of system, legal system and practice, follows, in fact. But anyway, perhaps you can,
Yeah.
uh, enlighten us a bit more. That will, clear off many of the sort of issues.
Mm.
Basically, Prof, what I have found that in the Malaysian practice, in terms of they follow the Shafi'i madhab. They are, I mean, the main madhab. But in
official
terms of
madhab Shafi'i.
madhab, Shafi'i, rahimahullah. But when it comes to the Islamic finance, sometimes due to the, I mean, to run the financial sector in an Islamic way, sometimes they take the other also madhab's opinion. Like
Well,
the
the UAE
yes,
practice, and also mostly in Middle Eastern countries, the practice seems to be common principles
Yeah.
to all the sort of different schools, Sunni schools mainly, but I'm not talking about Iranian practice. And then, I mean, there seems to be a big kind of effort going on
Yeah.
part of AOFI,
yeah, IOFI,
that's
yes.
right, yes. The Bahrain-based, sort of, institution, and that is making a lot of efforts for harmonization of Islamic, differing Islamic
Principles.
practices across these schools. And how much the Malaysian system is, sort of impacted by that, or following the AOFI's and prescriptions.
Well, Prof, actually, as mentioned that the IOFI, internationally they have the three standard body. I mean, two in Bahrain base and the one Malaysia IFSB, basically. So when the Malaysia, the mainly follow the Shafi'i madhab, but that's why I'm saying that earlier. When it comes to the Islamic finance, what I have found that these sometimes they follow the others. Even if you can see OIC Fiqh Academy give the resolution, some of the resolution also they follow their resolution, even though they don't have the standard for that specific issue. Sometimes for the time being, they follow the others' rules.
Right.
You cannot say
I
specifically,
think
but
that there should be some kind of balance, check and balance. Anyway, that's desired. Otherwise, people will be confined to like the Hanbali principle, and very limited and strict, Quranic and the hadith, very selective hadiths, those sort of things, and the Saudi practice, Hanbali. So yes, if Islamic finance is to prosper and flourish in the world, because over the last few years there is a big sort of change and growth in the Islamic financing sort of sector, and the United Nations is very much interested. The World Bank is very much interested in Islamic finance for sustainable development financing, right?
exactly.
And Islamic banks are progressively and at a very large scale trying to help the sustainable development program, sustainable development goals and all sorts of various UN sponsored programs. So they're trying to make a dent in the world financing through the Islamic financing vehicle. So this is an encouraging prospect, because Islamic finance is kind of close to $4 trillion or something. There are different figures, I don't know exactly, but it seems to be along the way 3.5 trillion towards 4 trillion as the growth prospect as of now. So that's a positive, kind of Islamic finance, sort of progress. But anyway, let's see how it happens. And these sort of differing practices could stand in the way for that smooth progress of Islamic finance. So that's the challenge to be faced by the international community anyway. So that's why I was interested a little bit in the context of Malaysian practice with regard to the varying, different schools of, Islamic, fiqh, so to speak, how they are faring on. But other countries in the Middle East are trying to, coalesce these differences and are trying to find a middle way. And the United Arab Emirates is taking the lead, and there are many projects on how to harmonize varying Islamic practices across various, sort of
Mother.
madhabs and all that. So this is what's happening at the moment, but I don't know that much exactly what's happening privately.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you, Prof, for your insightful.
Malaysia, as far as I know, Malaysia is mainly following Shafi school, and where there is a need, they resort to other madhab, and primarily the common principles or harmonized principles, as you said, they also adopt. But their main feature is they are
Shafi.
Safi-centric, Safi-centric method they follow. So is there anything Professor Mahmood Hassan sir want to contribute, sir? I know we are exceeding time, but we're an expert in this field as well.
I can only say the prospect of Islamic Bank, even in number, it is much higher because the halal food market itself becoming so big, that is also coming to play role with the Islamic banking as well. And other than that, the pragmatism, universalism in Islamic perspective, that is a reality nowadays. It is either we call it pragmatism or we call it hikmah or whatever we call it. But the problem that our national economies are not that strongly financially sustainable as we are seeing, because there is too much fragile. This is what you call. There are too many factors that can make things uncertain very quickly. For example, Bangladesh is one of the countries where Islamic banking was rising very fast. But because of some serious political connection, now they have practically destroyed 6 of the Islamic banks. Now the other Islamic windows, how they will be doing better or worse, we don't know. But as a prospect, because another thing Islamic banking, I think, missing or we are not considering enough, that is the inflation rate. Other than that, philosophically, socially, politically, Islamic banking has a bright future, it appears to me, but it is a very big challenge. It is not that so small challenge I could imagine. Thank you so much. I am learning a lot from your contribution and your thoughts. It is now almost 1. It is already.
Yes. We are too late, sir. We need to wrap up. We need to conclude.
Okay, thank you so much.